Assalamu alaikum, welcome and karibuni to Aroma of Zanzibar's kitchen. Today we are making this very delicious, simple, beautiful, creamy dessert. And it's only got 3 ingredients. We've got heavy whipping cream, condensed milk, and plain thick yogurt. Now this recipe, by the way, is inspired by Chef Rashida. She's an Ethiopian chef that I saw her on the television. And I really wanted to try, but when I searched for this recipe, I realized that in India also, some of the Indians make the same recipe, but similar. I wouldn't say same. They use only yogurt and condensed milk. So I did try, but I think I prefer it with heavy whipping cream because it adds that richness. So if you don't want heavy whipping cream, you still can make it only with yogurt and condensed milk. All right, now the simplicity of this recipe is you use the same quantity of these ingredients. So I have used 1 cup of condensed milk, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and I'm going to use 1 cup of plain thick yogurt. Now for the yogurt, I'm using Greek yogurt. You don't have to use Greek yogurt. You can use any thick yogurt that you have. And if you feel that the yogurt you have is not thick enough, what you're going to do is you can put it in a muslin cloth or cheesecloth or kanga and strain the water a little bit. Leave it to hang for about 30 minutes and then you can use it. So I'm just going to whisk this to remove all the lumps. You can use vanilla yogurt actually because we are going to add vanilla in this, so that will save you, extra vanilla. All right, so just gonna whisk it and then I just wanted to taste and see. Then I added a little bit of salt to balance the flavors and of course some vanilla. I also added cardamom. I don't know what happened when I was editing. Maybe I removed that part, but I did add a 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder. All right. And that's it. It's very, very simple. And you're going to pour the mixture in glass containers or ramekins if you have. I prefer to use this because I wanted to see the dessert, how it looks. But you can always use ramekins and whatever container that you have that would be able to hold the heat while baking. So I've got the oven ready at 350 degrees. Fahrenheit, which is about 176 Celsius, and we're going to pour some hot water here. This is hot boiling water, and these are going to bake for 15 minutes. These are very simple and do not take much time at all. So after 15 minutes, our desserts are ready, and then we're just going to let them cool. And once they're cool, keep them in the fridge for about minimum 30 minutes, but I kept mine overnight. Now I'm going to prepare the topping, which is totally optional. This is lemon juice. That's about a 1/4 cup, and I have used 2 lemons and 1 whole egg and 2 egg yolks. I am making lemon curd with a 1/4 cup of sugar. This is totally optional. You can use any kind of topping that you want, or you don't have to use a topping at all. This dessert is just delicious on its own, but of course we want to elevate all those flavors. All right, so after you whisk it, then I've got it on my stove here, and I added the lemon juice. Now you want to use a heavy bottom pot. If you don't have a heavy bottom pot, what you're going to do is you're going to make a bain-marie, which means you're going to have hot water, boiling hot water, and then on top you're going to have another pot or bowl to cook your lemon curd. All right, so we're going to stir it slowly on low heat for about 7 to 8 minutes until you have a nice thick lemon curd like this. All right, then I turn off the heat and I added 2 tablespoons of cold butter and vanilla, and then I'm just gonna stir this to melt the butter because the curd is still hot. You don't want to have the heat on because it will split the butter. All right, you want it to be nice and creamy, just like that. And this doesn't take time at all. Now I'm just going to strain this. I have done passion fruit curd, so if you want that, I can put in the description box below. It's a similar way, and if you need more, you can always double the volume, the measurements, and you'll not go wrong. All right, so I'm just going to strain this because I want my curd to be nice and smooth. And yeah, so you can have any type of topping. I think Chef Rashida did apples. She did green apples, and I've seen on YouTube somebody did saffron, somebody else did gelatin on top, and you know, just be creative with your flavors. All right, so as you can see, and this is done. We got just little egg whites there, and that's what I didn't want it in my curd. And you want to make sure also you have ice cold water. You got to put it in ice cold water to cool fast, and then if you want to put it in the fridge, fine. You don't have to put it in a Ziploc bag. You can put it in a container too, but I prefer to put it in a bag because it's easy to squeeze it out like this in my jars. All right, so just like that. And I'll remind you again, if you don't want to have any toppings, you can have them just like that. They are beautiful and creamy, believe me. So I'm just gonna spread it well. Now I did have 7 jars, but I got the lemon curd just enough for 6. So now we're just gonna garnish it with some fruits. Of course, I want that beautiful colors. And these are, by the way, this is our Eid preparation, or if you have any parties, this is really, really delicious. And it's simple. It's very simple. It doesn't take much time. And I also added some pistachio just for that extra crunch, and a little bit of honey, just trying to create flavors here. And that's it. And you see how beautiful they look. And by the way, did I mention this is called baked yogurt, all right? And so for the 1 jar that I had, I just used raspberry. I happen to have raspberry. This is the filling that I use for cakes. And then some heavy whipping cream. This was extra rich, by the way. And the raspberry and pistachio and honey again. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your support. I hope you will like this dessert. It's really, really amazing. And you'll find all the ingredients and measurements in the description box below. And I just want you to see how delicious this dessert is. How creamy, how soft. And I don't think actually the lemon curd really, really balanced the creaminess. You know, it's a lot of dairy there, so that creaminess was balanced with the lemon curd, with, you know, the citrus. It really, really went well. So thank you so much. Bye-bye.